Hey you guys, welcome to my first official video. My name is Arlene, for those that don't know who I am. For today's video is going to be a get ready with me, and I will also be talking about some worst dates that I experienced in the past. Before I get started, I'm just gonna do my eyebrows real quick because I like my eyebrows to be perfect. So I will be right back. Alright you guys, I am done with my eyebrows. I even added some foundation on my forehead just so I can be done with that section. My first worst date. I was like 17 at the time, and I signed up on a dating site. And of course, when you sign up for a dating site, you have to be, you have to be 18 years of age or older. So I signed up anyways. And I had met a guy. He was 22 at the time, I assume. I don't really remember his age, but I know he was like a few years older than me. And it was our second date. And we were on our way to City Walk. We took the train from Union Station all the way to City Walk. And when we got to City Walk, he was like, hey, do you want to watch a movie? And I'm like, yeah, like, I'm down to watch a movie. So I think the movie was Unfriended, and the latest we picked was, I think, like 10ish. We had so much time to kill, so he was just like, hey, do you want to eat? And I'm like, yeah, like, I'm down, like, you know, that bitch always down to eat. But he told me, do you mind if you pay for my food? I got you for snacks. And in my head, I was just like, oh my god, like, I only brought money for myself, like, enough money for me. And because I just assumed, like, we were gonna, you know, get, like, a drink at City Walk or, like, a snack, something, you know? So I try not to, like, show him that I was, like, a broke bitch, you know? So I was like, yeah, like, I'm down, like, we can eat, I don't mind paying for you. So we ended up eating, and we shared this food. The movie was about to start like in like an hour, and he was like, hey, like, do you want to go in one of the rooms and watch the previews? And I'm just like, we could do that, because I didn't know if that was allowed. I didn't want to get caught and like not be able to watch a movie, you know? And he was like, yeah, like, that's fine, like, they don't trip. And I'm just like, okay, like, whatever you say. We went into one of the rooms and we watched the previews, and I'm not gonna lie, I was really like freaking bored. Like, I was just like, do we really have to be here? Like, we could have been outside enjoying like the fresh air. And I was excited because it was my first time at City Walk, so I was just like, wow. So we just sat there watching previews, and then all of a sudden he kissed me. And when he kissed me, like, I didn't really feel anything. Like, I didn't feel no butterflies. I didn't feel like a connection, you know? So I was like, yeah, you know, like, this isn't going to go anywhere. After he kissed me, it was about to be time for us to go watch our movie. And he's like, hey, do you want to leave and start heading to the room to watch the movie? And I'm like, sure, like, we can go whenever, like, you're ready, or whenever you feel like it. We ended up leaving the room to go watch our movie now. And when we got in there, no one was in there. And he asked me if I wanted to go all the way in the back in the corner. I didn't really feel comfortable to go all the way in the back. I guess it's because I wasn't feeling him. I don't know, just something about me. I don't know, I'm freaking weird. Like, I just didn't feel comfortable going all the way in the back with him. So I didn't say anything. I was just going with the flow, and I was like, sure, like, we can go. So we went to the back seat, and we were just talking for like less than 5 minutes, and all of a sudden he kissed me again. And I noticed that when he kissed me, he was a little too aggressive, and I just didn't like it. After that, like, I pushed him away, and I was just like, you know, like, maybe like you're going a little too fast, don't you think? And he was like, I just thought we were having some fun, you know, I thought we were enjoying each other's companies. And I was just telling him, yeah, we are, but there's other ways to enjoy each other's company. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, like, I didn't mean to. He kind of like backed off for a few minutes. And then again, he kissed me. He kissed me, and I noticed it was aggressive again. And this time I felt forceful. Like, he was forcing me onto him. I didn't like what his intentions were. So I pushed him off, and I was trying to keep my cool. And I just told him, like, you know what? Like, what you're trying to do is not okay. I am not down for it. Like, we don't even know each other. After that, I just stood quiet, and I kept my distance from him. He ended up kissing me again. When he kissed me, he grabbed my head, and he was like pushing my head down. So you know where I'm going with this. He grabbed my head and he pushed me down, and I was fighting him off. I noticed he had his phone out with the flash, and I was like, you freaking pig, like, you wanted to record me doing something to you. That got me really upset, and I freaking cussed him out. I gave him my very popular speech about, like, who do you think I am? Like, I am not that kind of girl. Now that we're talking about this, there's something I want to say to you, whether you are a girl watching or whether you are a boy watching. Like, you guys should never ever feel like you have to do something because that other person wants you to do it. If you feel like it's not right, then you should not even bother. So yeah, that is, you know, my little speech. Never let someone tell you to do something you don't want to do. And never feel bad for it. Never feel bad for it. People started arriving in the movie theater, and the preview started. He asked me if I wanted to get any snacks, and I told him no, like, I'm fine. And then he's like, oh well, I'm gonna go get some snacks. He's like, do you want to come with me? And I'm just like, no, like, I'll just sit here and save our seats. He's like, okay. So he left. It was taking a while to come back, and the previews have ended, and we were 15 minutes in the movie. And I started panicking. I was just like, oh my god, like, let me find out he left me here. Like, I don't know, I just felt really ugly inside. I felt really ugly, and I had this gut feeling that he had left me. Soon enough, I got a message on Kick. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that app or use that app, but I ended up getting a message on there, and he was just like, hey, you know, I'm sorry, beautiful, I have work tomorrow, blah blah blah. I don't really remember what he said, but he was telling me, you know, get home safe, text me when you get home, I had a great time, I'm so sorry again. And oh my god, I was so freaking pissed. I was like, you a-hole, like, how can you do that to someone? I didn't even bother replying back to that. It's like there was no point. I was hurt by what he did. I was angry. So I left the room and I walked out of the movies, and I was just crying. And I had called my sister and I told her what happened, and she was like, oh my god, I'm on my way to pick you up. And I'm just like, okay. Like, I didn't know how to get home from the train station from City Walk to where I live, and I didn't even know my way around City Walk. She told me if I wanted to go to his job and embarrass him because he had told me where he worked. And I was like, yeah, like, I'm down. Like, I want to embarrass him. Like, you know, I want karma. I strongly believe in karma, so I rather karma do it on its own. And yeah, but yeah, that was one of my dates. My next worst date, it was from the same dating site, but I was of age by now. And I met this guy, and he asked me if I wanted to go to the Americana with him and get a smoothie. And I accepted. So I gave him my address. He gave me a date and time. And yeah, we had headed off to the Americana. And oh my god, he was really cute. Like, he was such a cute person. And he had a really nice car. Yeah, he had a really nice car. So we got to the Americana. We got a smoothie. We sat down. And we got to know each other. And all of a sudden, he's like, hey, do you want to go for like a drive anywhere, like to get out of here? And I'm like, sure, we can do that. So we left, got in his car, and we drove. And you know, I had a good feeling about this guy. I ended up speaking too soon. We show up in a motel. I knew what his intentions were, but I acted stupid because I didn't want to come off as, oh, who do you think I am, blah blah blah, you know, giving him my popular speech. And I asked him, like, what are we doing here? And he was just like, oh, you know, I was thinking maybe we can have some fun. And I'm just like, okay, like, why can't we go somewhere else and have fun? Like, why do we have to be here and have fun? And he's like, oh, well, you're so beautiful, and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, okay, you can show me how beautiful I am in other ways. You don't have to show me this way. Like, he was still trying to convince me to, you know, hook up with him. And, you know, I decided not to give him my popular speech because it wasn't even worth it. So I just got off the car and I left. And I walked home. And because my home was really far from where the motel was, I had a friend come pick me up. You know, people like that, they make you feel like shit inside. My other worst experience, again, I had met this guy through the same dating site, and I was of age and he was my age. We had already gone on a few dates, and he had asked me to be his girlfriend, and I had said yeah. He asked me if I wanted to go to the beach, and I was like, sure, like, I'm down. So he set a date and time, and we met up at the train station because we didn't have cars yet, and we didn't even have a license. So we met up at the train station. He tells me if I wanted to go to a punk show. We ended up going to the show in downtown LA. And the place where the band was playing was next to a clothing store. And I'm guessing my boyfriend knew him. And he was like, hey, you guys, like, do you guys want to go to the back and, like, just hang out while we wait for the show to start? We go to the back. I see a whole bunch of people drinking, smoking, which I didn't have a problem with. I don't have a problem. Oh shit, it looks like someone shitted on my nose. I didn't care about that. The only thing I did care is that the fact that there was some people doing drugs. My boyfriend saw a guy, and that guy was doing drugs. And I'm guessing they're friends by the way they were talking to each other. So my boyfriend introduced me to him. And while I was there with both of them, the guy asked my boyfriend if you wanted to um, hit a line. And he did not think twice. Once he sniffed it, I was like, I'm out. I ended up leaving the shop and I ended up walking as far away as I could. And he didn't bother to chase me, which is fine. I mean, I didn't expect him to. So I called people to like tell them if they can give me a ride home because I'm stuck here. And no one could give me a ride home. Then after that, I was just waiting. I sat in the sidewalk and I was just waiting. And luckily, I had a friend who said that she can give me a ride home through Uber. And oh my God, I was so happy. So shout out to her. She freaking saved the night. So I was waiting for my Uber and my dude comes out and he's like, hey, like, what's wrong? Like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just gonna go home. And he was like, what? Why? Like, is everything okay? I'm like, no. Like, you freaking took a line of coke in front of me, so I'm not okay. And he's like, oh man, like, I'm sorry. I'm just like, no, you're not. Like, that's what you're into. That's cool, but I'm not. He's like, so what are you gonna do? I'm like, I'm gonna go home. I'm waiting for an Uber. And he was like, oh, let me go with you. And I'm just like, you can't. Like, she already paid for my Uber. She told the person that was gonna be a one person pickup. Like, he was begging me to let him come with me, and I was just like, fine, like, let's see if the Uber lets you. And all of a sudden, yeah, the Uber let him. The fact that I want to stay away from him, an Uber lets him come in. So we get home and we start talking it out. And like, I just told him, like, you know what, like, I cannot be with someone who does drugs. Like, I am really against that for personal reasons. And he was like, oh, okay. He was cool about it. So we ended up breaking it off. And we went our separate ways. He went home. I went into my house. And yeah, that was it. So last but not least, I had met a guy again, and no, it was not through a dating site. I had met him, I think either on Instagram or Snapchat. Ended up talking from there, not like that, but like just as in like friends in a way. He asked me on a date and I said yes. We ended up going on that date. So he was on his way to pick me up, and I had told him how tall he was, and he told me he was 5'7". So I was like, oh, okay, like 5'7", like that's fine. Like, I don't know why I don't like guys my height. He finally got here to pick me up. I get inside his car. We introduced each other again, and I noticed that his seat was forward, like really forward, close to the steering wheel. And I was like, like, that's weird. In my head, I was like, oh my God, like, is he short? Like, is he shorter than me? It's like, oh my God, I'm like, I think he's short. Like, I think he's really short. So I was like mentally preparing myself for this. And we finally show up to the mall, and he asked me where I wanted to go eat. So I told him, I'm like, you know, you go, like, wherever you feel like eating, like, I'm down. So we went to Red Robin and we had a good time, you know. He was a really sweet person. After we ate, he asked me if I wanted to go to the movies. And I was like, yeah, like I'm down. And he asked me what movie I wanted to see, and I told him whichever, like I don't really care. So he picked Blair Witch. That movie freaking sucked. We ended up sitting down, and I had texted my sister telling her, like, you know, to call me and pretend like you need me at home. She ended up calling me, and I ended up excusing myself from the movie theater. And when I came back, he's like, is everything okay? And I'm just like, yeah, you know, my sister called me and she's freaking out at home and she wants me home as soon as possible. And he was like, oh, if you want, I could take you home right now. And like when he said that, I felt so bad for him. Like I felt really bad at the fact that I wanted to leave him. I don't know why. So I was like, no, like it's fine, like don't worry about it. We'll go home like after the movies. And he was like, are you sure? Like we can go home right now. I'm like, no, like it's fine, like she can wait. So we ended up watching the movie. Obviously we sat together, but oh my god, when he sat down, oh my god, he was really short. Like he was by my shoulder when he would stand up. So he was like 5'4", 5'3" maybe. And then to top it off, he started hugging me like he was scared for his life. I was like, what the fuck? Like, ugh. I felt like King Kong, you know? I felt like King Kong because I was like so tall. And the movie finally ended, and he was on his way to take me home. When we got out of the movie theater, he held my hand, and when he did that, I ended up like squatting a little bit. Like I was kind of like bending my knees and walking because I just didn't want to look that tall next to him. I freaking walked as fast as I could. So we got inside his car and he drove me home. And when we got off the freeway by my house, I still felt bad that I was ending the night kind of short. So I told him if he wanted to go for a little drive, you know, that way like the night doesn't end so soon. And he was like, yeah. So he ended up driving all the way by like USC. At one point we ended up getting off the car again. We were just chilling by the car, and he ended up kissing me. Yeah, he ended up kissing me, and I was just like, because we were standing, so I literally had to like go down, you know? Like, no, I felt so bad. So then after that, we got in the car and he was on his way to take me home. Right, you guys, I am just going to do my hair real quick and I will be done. All right, you guys, this is my final look. I hope you guys like this video. If you guys want to learn how to put lashes on, how to do your eyebrows, anything related to makeup, just comment down below what you guys want me to be posting on this channel. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and you know, do whatever the fuck you want with my video, you know. So I will see you guys on the next video. All right, bye.